Hello everyone, Brian here. So this year we had our first ever issue with birds picking seeds out of the ground. So last episode we tried and experimented with re-sowing our corn seeds under the cover of darkness in hopes that we can avoid detection by the birds in terms of letting them know where the seeds are. We have mixed results, and it looks like in this patch they're once again digging the corn seeds out, but over there they're not touching them. So I guess that's good. Maybe they still remember that there's corn here. So next year we're gonna try sowing them once again under the cover of darkness to see what kind of results we get. I'm sitting on some straw, and this is leftover birthday party decor. So with the straw, we're going to cover the patch here, and hopefully the birds won't go after our corn seeds. These once again are golden bantam corn. The other thing that I forgot to note in the previous episode was that it's important to make sure to pick up any loose corn seeds off the surface of the ground. I think the other problem was that when I initially sowed these seeds, I might have left one or two, and they just picked up on the scent, I guess, and just started to dig around this area and mess with our corn seeds. So yeah, very important. Make sure to pick up any loose corn seeds, and then also to maybe sow them out of the sight of the birds so that they don't know that there's seeds here. Today we're going to do some sowing of additional plants in our corn patch, and we're going to be using polyculture. Polyculture is basically the practice of growing different types of plants in one area. And today we're going to look at the Three Sisters method. This is one that's used with corn. So the idea is that there are three sisters. Corn is one of them, squash of some type is the other, and the last sister is beans. The premise for that is that down below, what we want to do is we want to grow the squash plant. Squash has large leaves, and they have spiky leaves and branches. That prevents animals from coming in and disturbing the soil here and uprooting our plants. So that's good. The other is beans, and what they'll do is they'll climb along the corn stalks, and they'll gather nitrogen and fix it into the soil for the other plants to have. And on top of that, you get beans in return. So when you do polyculture in that manner, you can select different types of beans and different types of squashes in combination with your corn. So we're going to do that with the two patches. We'll find different combinations to plant, and then later on we'll show you some of the other corn patches that we have and what they're looking like. So we have one that's not too far over there, and then one that's out there, and we'll see how they're doing. In our golden bantam corn patch, we're going to grow some of these Kentucky Wonder heirloom pole beans. This is one that we're growing for the first time. In the back there are some that are starting to grow, and then we're going to do the Lakota squash. This is one that we're also growing for the first time, and this is a variety that is grown by the Lakota tribe. So I think there's room for 3 squash plants, so we'll just go and stick these into the ground about 1 inch deep. These are what the Kentucky Wonder pole beans look like. They have a very nice tan, leathery look. Reminds me of upholstery in certain types of cars, older cars. And these are spaced about 1 foot apart. Let's get that straw on there. Over here we're going to do some soybean. These are the butter bean variety, and the seeds came from leaf. Pretty neat. They're still greenish in color. So we're going to plant them in there. These are supposed to be bushy, so I'm not sure that we're going to be able to do any kind of squashes in there. Maybe later on we'll do some zucchini or other summer squash but we'll see how the soybean grow. They're going to be planted about 4 inches apart. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and hoping for different results. I know we're going to leave this bare and uncovered by straw, mostly for a data point. So we're hoping that the birds won't touch the seeds anymore, but at the same time, with the soil being disturbed and it being daylight, we may have tipped them off to what's underneath. I'll keep an eye on it, and if I notice that they're picking at our seeds, I'll quickly put straw over it. So we'll leave that open for now and see how things go. I'm not sure if the mic can pick it up, but the birds are chirping. It makes me a little bit nervous. So this is our Burpee patch. We'll pan the camera and we'll swing around and look real quick at the golden Bantam patch that we put straw on. Then we'll head over to the area that is just behind that Tarocco orange container where the glass corn are. I keep calling these guys glass corn. They're officially earth tones corn on the seed packet, but I think sometimes they just have different names for the same variety. These were sown, let's see, nope, I don't have a date on that. 3/18? Yes, 3/18. These were sown 3/18. And we're going to let them grow a little bit more before we start thinning them. So we got good germination rates. Down in front here, we sowed some orange glow watermelons on the 31st, and then these are sugar pie pumpkins. So we have 2 that we want to grow, 2 plants that we want to grow over there, and then 3 orange glow watermelons that we want to grow. So the orange glow, we're hoping they will grow out onto the open lawn here. And then for the sugar pie pumpkins, we're hoping that they will grow, we'll help them along, grow towards the back area. So that's our earth tones corn patch. And I'll take you out front and show you the japonica striped variegated corn. Speak of the devil, there he is, the California towhee bird. I wonder if he's going after the soybean seeds already. That was pretty quick. There's nothing in his mouth right now. All right, we'll carry on and go show you the japonica striped maize corn. Where'd he go? There he is. Even though they're pesky right now, birds actually are part of the ecosystem that gets rid of other bugs and pests. So we don't want them to be gone. They actually eat bugs and other things. Here we are out in front where this is a feline lavatory. They like to come out here and use this as their litter box. And what we've done is we've borrowed the technique from the Maasai tribe, a tribe in Africa where they use thorny brush to protect their villages and themselves from lions. So cats are felines, and we've used a scaled down version to create this protection for our corn. It's got a lot of sticky thorns here, and this stuff comes from this plant here. I don't know what it's called. They call it a faux holly because it's got holly-like berries. But down in our little corn village, we have the japonica stripe maize growing, and sometimes it just works out that you have 3 robust plants growing together, and unfortunately you're gonna have to take out 1 or 2, and since they grow so close together, it's hard to transplant one away without hurting another. And the other unfortunate thing is sometimes in the space where you want it to grow, a runty one is there. We've already got some squashes or pumpkins started. This is going to be a giant pumpkin, the Pacific Giant. So hopefully we can get a big pumpkin. And that was sown on the 1st of April. So the idea is hopefully we can train it to grow in this open space here that's underneath the olive tree. We're going to do some loofah and maybe plant some loofah seeds back in that corner in the upcoming days. I was going to do it today, but it looks like that spot is not ready. But here in this spot, maybe we can plant some other types of pumpkin here. Maybe the red warty thing. And then we'll also do some bean seeds, the Kentucky Wonder here as well. That's going to be it for this episode. I hope your corn is doing really well. If you're doing the 3 Sisters method, be sure to check on the planting schedule. Sometimes I wing things and plant things too soon, but the good thing is everything works out in the end. There's lots to share, and I hope to be able to come out and share with you what's happening in the permaculture resort garden. Lots happening here. In the back, there's the hillside that I need to get and trim back a little bit, clear it out. It's too dense right now. The bonus of that is getting material for our garden to create a trellis and all that stuff. So until the next video, thanks for coming out and watching, and I'll see you in the next one. We've got our heirloom tomatoes transplanted, and once again we have some Cherokee purple right here, Brandywine, Black Prince, this is Aunt Ruby's German Green. We've got our heirloom Cherokee purple potatoes. If it's not a truck, then it's a helicopter or an airplane. Or both. Okay, here we go. Hopefully no more trucks, airplanes, or cars. I try to keep them out of the video for you guys. So here we have our heirloom tomatoes planted. We have Cherokee purple, Brandywine, Aunt Ruby's German Green, I believe that's what it is.